welcome to Let's Talk Sport, and myself, Jamie Davis and Jack Price are reacting to the Chinese Grand Prix, not on the Pole Position podcast, but by Twitter. So we've gone out on Twitter and found out the best tweets from the race, and there's, GIFs and all that, polls, you name it, they're the best for Twitter. Let's have a look. So our first one is actually Max Verstappen's official Twitter account, and it was congrats to Daniel Ricciardo, even though he'd rather have won it, let's be honest, for his great win. Unfortunately, I made a mistake. But really? Did he make a mistake?
He made a little bit of a mistake, didn't he?
I thought Vettel got in the way of him, to be honest.
Well, yeah, did he not put that in his Twitter?
He said, I made a mistake and hit Seb. That compromised both our races. Well, actually, it did greater for Max Verstappen. He still finished 3 places.
He did all right with his 10th place penalty, didn't he?
Imagine being imagine being Vettel though, and the driver that was responsible for ruining your race. Even though he got a 10-second penalty for Verstappen, he still finishes 3 places above.
Yeah,
that really.
I would be very angry, I think.
Yeah, I would be.
But not of Verstappen, I think, at the whole process. How is that even possible?
I don't know. It's Max Verstappen, we don't get the guy either way. And then he says, there's nothing I can change. If you go into a TARDIS and change time, now except analyse my performance and come back stronger. Apologies to Red Bull, who did an amazing job. I'll take 5th after that.
Yeah, and I think Red Bull will as well.
Yeah, they finished first, Max. If anything, you've had a good race.
Yeah.
Got your first win. Hey, you've done better than Mercedes. And this is actually from the F1 official account. Now, can I just say, F1 are great on social media. Years ago, they didn't even know what it meant. Bernie Ecclestone, to this day, still doesn't know what social media is. But this is what it says. It's a GIF of Daniel Ricciardo looking shocked, winning from P6. Complete it, mate. I love that one. That's great. Reminds you of Jay off In Betweeners when, what is it? He gets asked, have you played this one? Football Manager, complete it, mate. You can't complete it. Yes, well, I took Woking to the Champions League on 5 seasons. Stuff like that doesn't get unrecognised.
He's the man that knows every word.
Every word of In Betweeners. Best show in the UK. Few Americans, In Betweeners US was rubbish. It got cancelled. And I don't know if you guys remember, but who remembers Guido van der Garden? That's what I like to call him, but it's Guido van der Garde if you really want to be serious, because he was the ex-Dutch driver in F1, and he really is Guido van der banter pretty much now. If you ever go on his Twitter account, he takes the mick out of every other driver when he's just trying to hide away how poor he was when he was at Caterham. And this is why I had to say it's a picture of Vettel looking at the Red Bull of Verstappen's, and it says, "Hello darkness, my old friend." I mean, he looked at that car, he always does this, doesn't he? He always inspects the cars.
Yeah, I think what he was doing, we can only see like the top half of that. I'm sure what he was doing underneath was he was just kicking it.
Or pissing on it.
God damn it.
Rubbish! Even though it won me 4 world championships, you're rubbish! Next one, Mercedes' official F1 account. Being on track, but not out of the fight yet. 18 to go. 3 of them gone, you've not won any, have you?
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to put a positive spin on it, but it's a bit depressing, isn't it? If you're a Mercedes fan.
It's like a Liverpool fan, isn't it, when they don't win the Premier League? We'll do it next season, it's going to be our
year next year.
Julia Salvatore, I think that's how you know. Well, her tag is at Lady Vettel, so it could. Is it said?
Well, now I know why she's having a go at Verstappen. Is this?
Someone give a brain to Max Verstappen, please.
So now I know why she's doing that, because she's Lady Vettel. So she's biased in herself. But
I mean, I've seen a lot of at Lady Vettels and all that on Twitter. Is he a Mormon?
He seems to have a lot of lady friends.
Yes, but he is a driver.
Oh yeah, I mean, but Max Verstappen's not getting a lot of positives here, is he?
No, I will say this is a Verstappen grilling if you don't want to watch. If you are a Verstappen.
But again, people were saying he should get demoted, but that's just silly. Lady Vettel, please, no more, no more.
This next one, I quite like this one. For F1's sake pod, I'd imagine it's a podcast, we don't listen to it. It says, if you see a gap and don't go for it, then you're not a racing driver. But if you see a gap and totally fuck it up, you are Max Verstappen.
Are you bleeping that out?
No. YouTube is free, mate. But, yeah. We've argued about this, though, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's Max Verstappen. He makes things possible, actually.
Yeah. What he's trying to do there, if he's a podcast, I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to get a story out of it so we can talk about it on this podcast. But honestly, if there's a gap there and you're a driver that doesn't go for it, you shouldn't be there. So, Again, that's another critique on Max Verstappen that is wrong.
I love the comment beneath though, which is "effing idiot, Crash Stappen." That's quite a good name, isn't it?
He doesn't really want that nickname though.
No, it's not like Crash Ronaldo, because that was the
Let's not even talk about Maldonado.
No, we shouldn't mention him. He won an F1 race, one more than the likes of Sergio Perez, Heikki Kovalainen. Yeah. Anyway, here's one from Jack Heen, I think it's a gif of basically a car getting smashed out the track. Yes, it's Max Verstappen again. It says Max Verstappen today. He really is getting grilled from this all. It's
a lot of hate.
The next one, and I quite like this one. This is from someone called Joe. And he says, in summary, Verstappen is a madman, Ricciardo is a madman, but only off the track. We can agree to that so far. Vettel is mad at Max, kind of. Raikkonen is mad at Ferrari, sorry. Lewis is mad at not pitting. Bottas is just sort of there. I feel really sorry for him, he's so quiet, but speak up! I mean, just because you're from Finland, look, Lordi won Eurovision for Finland and they were all guns blazing.
He's just very under the radar, isn't he?
Yeah.
Throughout the whole weekend, even when he's on the racetrack, he's very under the radar, but he still keeps getting second places, so...
I feel as though in a few years' time, when Valtteri Bottas is no longer in F1, he'll probably win a world championship, and then a kid will go past him across the street in Finland and go, "Hey Mum, can we go to the sweet shop?" And then Valtteri Bottas will probably be like, "Yes, I am an F1 world champion. Who are you?"
"Hey, it's Kimi Raikkonen." Oh, not again.
The Iceman. Who are you? Bottas.
I'm just going to go off point now, but I watched Pointless Celebrities this weekend, was it last week? And they said, name an F1 driver from last season, so in 2017. I thought, okay, I've got this. I've got two pointless answers here, Marcus Ericsson
and Julian Palmer.
Julian Palmer was 1 point, I think, Julian Palmer.
What?
Can you believe that?
I bet that was Julian Palmer.
Somebody went, oh, last season, I'm going to go with a Finnish driver. And I went, oh, Valtteri Bottas, got to be. And he went, Mika Häkkinen.
Are you sure unless Pointless was recorded in 2000?
I was like, no, that is Pointless.
Brilliant. I'm loving this next one. Now, if you love your MotoGP, we all know a guy called Marc Marquez who is quite he's not exactly everyone's favourite ride. If we had an interview with Valentino Rossi, he'd talk about him for hours and go, "Mamma mia, he's rubbish, he ruins races," because he said that last week actually. This is what I like, find the differences, and it's a picture of Verstappen and Marc Marquez. Both not very happy in the photos, and they both look like they know they're guilty of crashing into someone.
But it's getting them both promotion, isn't it?
Yeah. Marc Marquez is a world champion, so he's
getting all the headlines.
Hey, any publicity is good publicity, as we all say.
Exactly.
And that is it, I think. No, there's one more. I should know how many tweets I've got. But here's another one. Oh dear, Vettel has screwed over Raikkonen, so the team didn't have to. That's pretty true, isn't it? Because Raikkonen will never win a race.
That's just how it goes. If Raikkonen's in the lead, there's somehow Ferrari going to find a way for Vettel to get something out of it. Kimi, can you move over politely?
It wouldn't even matter. He'd probably be just thinking about other things. And this is true. Raikkonen fans, your last win was in 2013 in Australia. That was the first race of the season, and that was when he was driving for Lotus. And this is what F1 banter has put. Raikkonen fans, when Vettel steals pole from him, and it's a baby crying.
Yeah, well, I think that's quite a lot of fans in general, not just Raikkonen fans. And there's so many Raikkonen fans out there, it's unbelievable.
It is the biggest driver of the lot, isn't it?
That's for everybody.
That was me crying over the last 5 years of F1. I'm actually happy for once. That's why I'm in a mood today.
Every time somebody lifts the trophy from Red Bull or Mercedes,
you just want to cry. And then you see the Red Bull cans in the show, you just want to throw them at the shopkeeper. Why are you selling these? No. They don't give you wings, they give you race wins.
Oh my god, there's more.
There's more. Another one, Max Verstappen. He is the headline today. Max Verstappen washed, though if his name was Daniel and he was Russian, he'd be in Formula E by now. Can I just say, Formula E is terrible. It's very boring, and yes, maybe if he was Russian.
I just think that's hard. Daniel Kvyat was maybe harshly treated.
Yeah, in all fairness, he only had four races or something like that?
Yeah.
Red Bull, what am I saying? He had few more. But even so, it wasn't enough, was it?
No, but I think he should have been given a little bit more time, but Max Verstappen obviously took his place. But I don't think Pierre Gasly is even remotely ready to take his place. And Brendan Hartley certainly isn't, so
No.
I think he's safe.
So on our percentage of our summaries of tweets, Max Verstappen got 99% mentions on Twitter. We don't even have to roughly summarise it, we just know that from the top of our heads. Anyway, thank you for watching us on Let's Talk Sport. Remember to subscribe for more of our Twitter reactions on F1. Azerbaijan is next.